Hello and welcome back to episode 16 of Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishments. I'm Vic, and you're watching yet another Let's Play channel. So let's head on back to 221B and see if we can't learn something about some poisonous plants. Glad to see you're actually brushing up on the details of the case instead of being distracted by Dostoevsky. Sherlock. Alright. Oh, look at that. We got several things. Okay. Chemistry? No. Poisons and toxins?
That is not...
How about this one? How about this one? No? Well, I would have certainly thought that that was right. No. Toxicology and ballistics? Seems like it could have some relevance. Botany? Yeah, I guess there we go. So, Dionea carnivorous, there's that one. Carlina inebriare, that one. Florum diabolica, that one. Chromalina odorata, that one. Yeah, okay.
Here it is.
So we made some identifications there. And let's see about the pottery. Marks and symbols.
That is not the one I need.
Are you kidding me? Trewin, the God King? What?
Here it is. The Divine Syndicate is not a supplier to Kew Gardens. Besides, there is no address here.
All right. Let's see about these letters. Mr. Holmes, I'm writing to inform you that the affair at Abbey Grange, which took place almost half a year ago, still resonates deeply in society. I believe that's just a relic from the previous case. I don't think we actually care about that. So, good. Yeah, we already worked that out. It's not taking us anywhere yet. Yeah, we already connected those. Okay, nothing else to do there, I guess. Watson, stop looking at them titties. Come on, we got stuff to do. Back to QQQ. I guess now we need to question people about how some of these plants are poisonful. Or do we need to go back to Scotland Yard and have another look at Dead Boy's lungs? Back to Dostoevsky. Good, good, good.
Are you aware of the Divine Syndicate?
The Divine what? Is this a joke?
No, I am quite serious.
What a ridiculous name. Anyway, I have never heard of this syndicate.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
Not even interested in talking to him about the fact that so many of those plants were poisonous. How about you?
Tell me, Have you ever heard of the Divine Syndicate?
No, I cannot say that I have.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
And I guess we'll go and ask Miss White the same question. And when am I going to get to go and poke around in that cloac room and learn its secrets? Did you hear that? Maybe that was just aminals.
The Divine Syndicate. Does that name mean anything to you, by any chance?
Not at all. But it is a very pretty name.
Thank you, miss.
All right, Sherlock. So, are we gonna talk about them plants yet? Is the ventilation relevant to the plants that we know about?
A ventilation system. It should
No. Come on. What are we missing here? So the ventilation opens here, and also where the guy died. Is that the only two places that we've seen the ventilation open? That's a little strange. It doesn't appear to open in this room, although it does pass through. Ah, there's an opening in here.
This is one of the outlets of the ventilation system.
So an alternative hypothesis. It wasn't actually the plants that killed him. It was something that was pumped into the ventilation. And it just happened to kill the plants that are now missing. And that's why they were removed. It's because they was dead.
Locked.
Oh. All right.
There was a bottle here. It left behind a trace of the substance that pervaded the laboratory.
What substance that pervaded the laboratory?
Several drops of the substance were spilled. Someone carried this bottle around.
Gold dust? Good heavens. What's it doing here?
The gold is almost immune to chemical attacks, so it may be a valuable auxiliary for various experiments.
But why would anyone perform such experiments in a botanical garden?
Indeed.
Several drops of the bottle is no longer here, but it is possible to detect a faint scent. We need a good nose.
Ugh. I should have explored this before going back to Baker Street. Now we gotta go back again. Botanical
botany
section.
This student's book belongs to Albert.
Repeat year.
Gloves, waterproof aprons, everything one might need for self-protection.
Do they grow dangerous plants here?
In fact, they do, Watson.
Such masks are generally worn when dealing with toxic chemicals. It appears as though the protective equipment is missing from here.
Can we...
Locked.
Holmes, Albert Dunn didn't give us the key to this door.
It does not matter. We will open it.
Excellent. Oh. This is looking a little complex, isn't it? That's going to be a problem. Yeah. Alright, so clearly this one isn't in the right place yet. There doesn't appear to be a right place at all for this one. What the hell? So that looks correct from there. Wait a minute. Can I? Oh. Alright. Oh, how neat. I really like those.
Open. Martin Hamish's locker. A review on rare and exotic plants. Martin Hamish has written several pieces. Father and I, Kew Gardens.
Recent events unfolding at Kew Gardens oblige me to renew my application for the management position. As I have stated already in my previous letters, I believe that no one is better suited for the post. While Dunn was alive, I understood your reservation and my suggestion. Your reasons were political, and so I was happy to comply. But now the Kew Gardens lie in disorder. How can I stand by and allow it? How can I leave them in the hands of inexperienced people with no motivation? I must urge you to cast your decision as a matter of urgency.
Martin Hamish studied chemistry. Interesting.
Man, it really is looking pretty damning for Hamish here.
Albert's locker.
Specialist articles on shipyards and ship construction. Albert Dunn has a great passion for shipbuilding and the sea.
A rejection letter from the British Royal Naval College.
We don't need to read that. What do we got here?
A picture of Miss White and Albert in front of the University of London.
And they seem to get along.
Mm-hmm.
Miss White's locker. Apparently, Miss White is a capable student. A draft of the letter that Miss White sent to her parents.
Studies in housing have proven more expensive than anticipated. May not be able to manage in the long term. Disagreements in the past.
These jewels must be worth a small fortune. A vanity purse. It is of high quality.
Surprised to receive your letter. How could you think to ask us for money after all these years that have passed since you left? I suppose you must be ashamed of us, for we are not from the same high class as your new friends. Learn to put your family first. None of us ever compromised their reputation, as appears you have already with your employer. Harsh. I know how your financial troubles are overwhelming you at this present time. Please let me reassure you that I could not permit you to remain in such a dilemma. I was born of a wealthy family. I would consider it my honor if you might accept my help. Albert. Yeah. So we just got a bunch of orphan clues now, it looks like. I'm still thinking that it's pointing very hard toward Hamish. But I should try...
The employee's cloakroom.
Yeah. We ought to find some more clues to that effect. So let's ask Hamish about chemistry. Or whatever it is that we're willing to talk to him about.
Mr. Hamish, was someone from your family connected with Kew Gardens?
Family? No. I'm the only one with a passion for botany.
Well, there's this thing.
I do not think so. This photograph of you and your father at Kew Gardens suggests the opposite.
But you have no right to.
Do tell us more about your father.
He was, indeed, the greatest botanist of his time in the British Empire. He worked together with Montague Dunn until the end of his life. He brought me in at the age of 12.
Did he get on well with Mr. Dunn?
No, I couldn't say that. They expanded Kew Gardens together, that was all. And it was all my father's work, for Dunn always lived the high life.
So Mr. Dunn was not helping your father?
Oh, yes, he provided the financial support. And as far as he was concerned, that fulfilled his role. But the worst of it was, he declared himself as the master of Kew Gardens. Fame meant nothing to my father. So it was easy for Mr. Dunn to take all the credit.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
Let's go talk to Albert about his dalliance with Miss White. Pay for play. Or talk to him about the Navy, sure.
I perceive that you are passionate about the Royal Navy.
Passionate? No, not really. I like ships, that is all.
Are you quite sure? You do not seem to be so interested in plants.
It's difficult, that's all. My future is here. It has never been about anything else.
Well, that's a lie on account of your hopes.
And yet I know that the Royal Naval College rejected your application.
Ah, you truly are as clever as they say. Yes, that's correct. And in fact, my father was strongly against the idea. He did his best to ruin my plans, although I almost did succeed. But my dreams were shattered, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
Okay, so we're supposed to be seeing a motive there, and that his father frustrated his plans to join the Navy in favor of setting him up to take this place on. So perhaps Miss White will have something to say about the financial support that she's been receiving from Albert. Probably not. Nobody else has talked about the things I expect him to talk about so far.
Kew Gardens is such an exciting place. Wouldn't you agree?
I would, but not for any of the reasons that you're thinking. Alright, well, we have some new things here, so let's have a look. Oh, we already checked that one. Yep, Hamish had motive. None of that's leading to an accusation yet. Yep. I don't get that. No, and also no. None of those are going to match up. So nobody had anything to say about the Divine Syndicate. Well, Sherlock, what are we missing now? What we're missing now is a dog. Watson, get out the way. Yeah, so we'll go back to Baker Street. We'll get the dog. And we'll find out what the deal with these chemicals is. And it will probably lead us to one of these people. And if it's not Hamish, I'm going to be surprised. wonder why we don't just bring the dog along. Watson, you are incorrigible.
Come on, Toby. We have some work for you to do.
Let us go to Kew Gardens.
Oh, look at that. He's got a little rug and he's got a little shredded paper there. So now we're going to run around as the dog again, I guess.
Let us take Toby to the laboratory. He will pick up the scent of this mysterious substance.
And hopefully it doesn't damage him.
Search, Toby. Search.
Can we move? We can move. Okay. Off we go, out the door. And... wow. It didn't take us straight to Hamish. It also didn't take us straight to Albert. Instead, it took us... yeah, dig up them gardens.
Congratulations, Toby. Now let us see what you have found.
It's the hidden bottle.
This
Now
is
I
the
can
bottle
catch a
that was
ferry.
used in the laboratory. It was buried here. There is still some liquid remaining in the bottle, with gold flakes. A tiny caterpillar. Not surprising to see one in a garden, but at the bottom of a bottle.
Okay. What are we going to do with this? Perform analysis. We're going back to 221B. And we're going to, I think, probably play one of the games that I don't want to play. I hope at some point somebody pays some attention to that dog. Maybe the nice lady across the street. Analyze unknown liquid.
Let us determine just what we have found here. Let us pour liquid from the bottle into a test tube to perform an analysis. This is...
And in there. Oh, we're just going to do it all. Okay. Yeah, fascinating.
a colorless, water-based liquid. Quite a strong floral aroma.
Holmes? What are you doing?
It has a bitter taste.
What if it's poisonous?
Did you ever see poison stored in enormous jars like that? Anyway, there is a doctor nearby.
So what do you think it is?
It is some kind of organic compound. Let us vaporize the liquid and see what happens.
Okay. So far it's not the one I don't like. Oh, yeah.
Small colorless crystals. Colorless, tiny crystals that are soluble in water, with a floral smell and a bitter taste. Watson, could you pass me that small bottle, please?
Of course. Here you are. Holmes, do you know what it is?
Wagner's reagent. There was a label on the bottle that you passed to me.
No, Holmes, I meant the bottle you found.
Let me add the reagent and see if there is any sediment, and then I shall tell you. I need to take a...
Yeah. Wagner's reagent. That's not a chemical that I'm familiar with. Just put it in there. Oh, and it turned red.
Red sediment, just as I suspected. This liquid is of organic origin. It contains some alkaloid. Most likely it is unstable, and that is why there is a quantity of gold dust to prevent contamination. This mixture is probably a fertilizer. Someone was carrying out unusual experiments in the garden's laboratory.
So now we're, what, going back to the laboratory? That doesn't seem to have changed any. Who have I not looked at in the current case? Alright, Watson, stop staring at them titties and let's go. So now we're going to go and talk to everybody about the laboratory again, I guess. Sure would have been nice if Toby had been able to smell the chemical on someone. But I guess if it's fertilizer, there might be a lot of it around. Well, what have you got to say?
Just be careful
Nothing.
with the plants during your inspection.
Loser. How about you?
Excuse
Yeah. Do we need to just have a look in here? Apparently not. So those two don't have... Oh,
This is a table for experiments. It resembles my own.
Only this one is kept in good order, Holmes.
also no, it doesn't.
A phonograph used for voice recording. Remarkable.
Yes, this is quite a modern laboratory.
Martin Hamish's perception of plants. The notion of communication in the plant world has long been considered marginal, yet I remain convinced that some plants do indeed transmit chemical signals in the event of attack.
A study report by Martin Hamish.
Okay.
And it seems clear from these multiple experiments that plants do respond to their environment and have a form of consciousness. Margaret White, February 1895. Report number 245.
Study report.
Not very interesting. Yeah, okay, so there's another thing that we need to find for that. Random scarf. So we found the singed gas mask in the back there, but we didn't find the garment to go along with it.
We can see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room from this window.
We already looked at that. So weird that that's not of any interest. It's literally a jar full of what looks like the same stuff. But do we care? We do not care.
Kew Gardens.
Come on. Do we have the thing that we need to have to interact with the ventilation system yet? I don't think so. Nope. We still don't know what the deal with the Divine Syndicate is. We haven't figured out who's lying about the missing plants. There's nothing more for us to see there. Well, Watson. Oh, you know what? That's the long way to get in there. I don't want to do that. Do we need to go and have another look at the body? I don't understand why I haven't had anything to do with the plants yet. I have a literal list of deadly plants. And,
Locked.
wait a minute. Ugh.
Newspapers discussing Kew Gardens.
Successful production of a new variety of barley. Complete resistance to cold. Hamish invented it. Following our last conversation, I believe it might be better if you vacate your position here at Kew Gardens. As you pointed out quite bluntly, you are no longer in need of my support. You are quite able to stand up for yourself in this world, as you say. Well, I give you back your freedom and wish you nothing but good luck.
Champagne. Montague Dunn had good taste. French wine. A remarkable vintage.
He doesn't have anything to say about that, however. Oh. Well, that's interesting.
A photograph of Montague Dunn and Reynold Hamish.
And we don't even get to look at the back. So somewhere I've got to be able to figure out the combination for that safe, right? Yeah, there's got to be a clue somewhere. Well, that explains why I was missing some clues, doesn't it? So now I think we might be able to confront Miss White about her breakup with the director, and that's probably going to establish that she has a motive as well.
Poor Mr. Kew Garden.
Or not. Really? All right. Well, I have run way over for episode 16. Come back and see me again in episode 17, and we will maybe find some damn clues. Talk to you soon.